What are some things going on around the world that you should be aware about today in the news? First, there's been some activity that's been cited at one of the Iranian nuclear sites. Cars, trucks, people have been seen moving in and out and around the compound. Assessments of the damage done by the U.S. strike on these facilities are still underway, but best guesses are that Iran's nuclear program is set back by a couple months, but is probably not destroyed or obliterated like the Trump administration is claiming that it is. It's still really early to fully understand the extent of the damage that's been caused. You should just take a wait-and-see approach before you kind of make a decision on that. Secondly, an Israeli strike this morning killed about 20 people at a coffee shop in Gaza, in addition to another 60 people killed through additional strikes since dawn. Some are concerned that this may preclude a more intense, aggressive ground offensive in Gaza. Others are hoping that maybe the international pressure for a ceasefire will, kind of continue to put pressure on Bibi Netanyahu to potentially halt further offensives into Gaza. But these strikes bring the death toll over 56,500 people in Gaza. Third, Turkey is battling wildfires. They had to evacuate around 50,000 people from one of their provinces. Europe is also facing a really intense heat wave, so we're seeing some impacts of global heating happening in Europe and in Turkey today. So just be careful if you're traveling and understand that the infrastructure in Europe is not quite as set up for intense heat like it may be in certain parts of the United States that you might be used to. A major opposition party in Hong Kong has made the decision to disband. This is the third opposition party to disband in Hong Kong. What does this mean? Hong Kong is a special administrative region in China, so they have a lot of autonomy and independence on how they govern themselves, separate from the People's Republic of China in everything except for defense and foreign affairs. So historically, Hong Kong has kind of operated a little bit autonomously and separately from the PRC, but we're seeing the PRC's influence and power continue to grow in Hong Kong after these opposition parties just continue to shrink and shrivel and have to disband. A lot of this is due to pressure, as the quote that is being said by the leaders who feel that it's just not stable and not safe to run a political party in Hong Kong anymore. The U.S. State Department has issued a worldwide caution security alert for all U.S. citizens that are traveling. This is a very, very rare occurrence and is probably happening in the wake of the U.S. attacks on Iran and just in general global sentiment towards Americans. So be safe if you're traveling, take extra precautions, and just trust your gut.